Okay, now we're gonna do some upgrade to my CZ TS2 orange, and kind of upgrade, but you know, it's a personal customization kind of thing. So I got this orange trigger from Armored Craft, and I think it matched exactly with the gun's theme, so I love it. And later on, we're gonna replace the grip panel and magwell. So for now, let's focus on the trigger and get started. Turn on my headlight, and I've done this before, so hopefully it's not too bad this time. And as you can see, I have the lower here, or the grip here. And first thing first is to kind of remove the sear, or remove the trigger and the trigger bar. First thing is to remove the safety. Alright, so it's a little bit tight. Usually you should be able to just use your thumb to, you know, take it out. So now here goes the sear and everything. Here's the detents, and these thing is all here. Okay, now let's drive out the trigger pin, and I will replace the trigger pin as well with this Cajun Gunworks floating trigger pin, which is an upgrade. And you don't actually, you probably, well, people say you should upgrade it if you're, I think if you're a serious shooter. Oh, this is too thick. So this is a new gun, everything is tight, so I don't want to go too hard. Okay, trigger pin is done. Now everything is loose. You can take it out like so. There we go. All right. Cool. Now remove this pin. Is there a bigger side versus a smaller side? Probably not. This side seems bigger. Man, do I have a better position to do this? Easy. Remove the pin, the bar, the trigger bar. Now remove the spring. Okay. This side goes in. All right, that's pretty much it for the old guy. Let me think. We gotta at some point put Loctite, you know, and everything to set it. Let me see. We should leave kind of move it out. Take the set screw out and then put Loctite on it, and then quickly put everything back so that we can start the to set the pre-travel and post-travel. Take it out, wipe it clean. Clean the hole as well. Okay. Cool. Okay, now we have some blue Loctite. I recommend 243. There is 242 as well. 243 is more resistant to oil, so we should use 243 because, you know, you could get some oil here and there on the thread or whatever. So just a little bit, not too much. Once we put on Loctite, we need to act fast because it could start to cure within 10 minutes. All right. Okay, now with the reverse operation, put in the spring, then the trigger bar, oil it a little bit. Because there might be some position that you don't get oil on daily basis unless you do a full disassemble. So just put some oil there. The spring rise below here. Put the pin back. The pin, one side is tapered, one side is not, so always the taper side in. So it's not very tight. It's super easy to go in. There we go. Now we grab the gun. Oh man, there's some more factory grease there. Just wipe it a little bit. Slide it in. Like so. Now we should put the... So I will do the red Loctite for the trigger pin later, right? Because later on we can knock it from out just slightly from either side and then put Loctite on it. So for now, we can just slide it in. There we go. So you can just push it in by hand. Super easy. Just a gentle punch a little bit. Later on we're going to put more Loctite on it, so that's fine. Now let's put the sear back. There we go. Yep. Okay, now we need to set the travel. Basically, we want it to have as little take up as possible before the safety, before the sear lifts up. So good. For the front set screw, basically you make it come out as much as possible, right? And then you release it make it come out as much as possible, and then you put back the slide, rack it once, take it out, and then you tune it back until you hear a click. That's when the right amount is. Let me actually just dab a little bit more Loctite. Yep. And dial it back until you hear a click. There. That's when the slide is able to reset. You don't want the front screw to be out more than that, otherwise you rack the slide, it won't be able to reset. So, and for the back, you want it to be able to just enough to lift the sear. Just enough to lift the sear. And then for the safety reason, you could maybe make another quarter up, because for summertime, metal expand, maybe it will change the stuff. Let's change the situation. I don't know. So anyhow, now you put the slide back, rack it once, then test it. Yep, looks good. Now test the safety. Doesn't move. Good. Moves. Good. Now let's put the slide back. There. Reset. Right there. Barely. Check again. Reset. Okay. It's done. All right. Now we want to red Loctite this. Tap it out a little bit. Just so that there's enough room for you to apply on this end. you don't want it to get to the trigger spring, because if it starts to touch the trigger spring, it might glue it together. Okay. Tap it back in place. All right. So now we see the red Loctite to be here a little bit. If you want a peace of mind, you can tap another drop just so that you can seal the hole a little bit, like so. All right, I think we are done. Just to take one cotton swab, absorb a little bit the extra. Wipe away the extra. And we are done. Next video is to install the lock grip panel and magwell. Thank you for watching. See you later.